Welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is May 16th, 2017. It is a Tuesday now. Leah,
they stole my color.
They're always stealing this
I like this
blue
color.
This
is a really pretty color.
Okay, so here's the thing. Every time they have these arrows, it's all with the arrow with the Hillary thing and Obama, and it's always very kind of just weird, very stark. I don't quite understand
it. Commie sickle and.
It kind of does feel that way. This kind of, okay, what are we talking about here, Clinton?
Clinton is not done. She is out of the woods.
Gonna die.
And she's creating a whole new pact where she's
rebranding herself.
They're literally focusing on maybe some weaker or key House seats. They want to they are creating this grassroots AstroTurf movement because, and she said it's called Onward Together.
Which, as soon as I saw this, like literally, if you're not familiar with this song, we grew up with it in church, and it's Onward Christian Soldiers. But I don't think it should be that. It's Onward Clinton Soldiers marching on to death. That's how I feel about this. It's like Onward Together. It doesn't even make any sense.
What was it that you pointed out?
Nonsensical.
That was really
okay. Citizens' engagement at every level is central to a strong and vibrant democracy. In recent months, we've seen what's possible when people come together to resist bullying, hate, falsehoods, and divisiveness, and stand up for a fairer, more inclusive America.
So that's her thing with the
it's
march.
Like a non-something. It's like a marshmallow. It doesn't have substance.
So basically, again, they're trying to skim the bottom of the barrel, and the minority is not that they're the bottom of the barrel, but that's what's like. These are our people. They go and they grab them like you're ours. You are ours.
It's the victim mindset.
You're a victim, and we will be there for you.
There's a lot of people. Most of us don't play the victim card. Okay, we play the cards that we're handed and given, and we take what we can out of life, and we go at it hard. But there's a group of people that are constantly feeling belittled and maligned, and that they are owed something because they're always being knocked down.
Resist, insist, persist, enlist.
You can't steal the resist thing. All right, so I'm going to make it official right here, right now. Leah may deny this, but she can't because it's true. We were watching Alex Jones, and he was always saying, you are the resistance, you are the resistance. Now, we didn't name ourselves Resistance Chicks because we wanted to be affiliated with Alex Jones, but this was, we came to it because we're resisting the deep state and globalism, but it came from, Alex has been saying, you are the resistance for like ever, all right? So Trump gets in office, and then all of a sudden, the Democrats and the leftists steal the resist thing. I'm like, you can't steal the resist thing, okay? So we had it first.
You've been doing crazy things for the past 100 years. You can't have it.
Yeah.
So, she says, the last few months I've been reflecting, spending time with family, and yes, walking in the woods. We're launching Onward Together.
Did she just say that?
Yeah.
Walking in the woods. Yes, because we keep saying she's been out in the woods. We knew it. We said it.
So you can look for Invisible Team, Swing Left, Color of Change, Emerge America, and Run for Something, and Governor Howard Dean.
Color of Change. It's like the Pocahontas thing all over.
Yeah, it is what it is, and it makes me sick to my stomach. And she, in this
Swing Left. I knew they were all a bunch of swingers.
In this Fox News interview, I don't know who the woman here is on your.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Just poked me in the face.
Okay, you're right.
Hat. Thank you.
But she says,
as a free will, talented world.
She says, you know what, Clinton? You have that global initiative. You have all that money. Why don't you just start doing some charity work, which you say that you want to do, right? She made all these millions of dollars, and then
it's a valid question, I think.
The other woman on the right gets asked, "What do you think Hillary Clinton should do?" Well, she has all that money. She can do whatever she wants with it.
Onward Together. You probably heard about this. She reportedly plans to connect progressive-minded groups with big money donors in what may be the first step in her political comeback. Could it be? Let's bring in Rachel Campos.
And I actually, from knowing Caitlin's group, I think that they find that they would find that offensive.
Yeah, you can't steal their progressive
They're
name. They know.
progressives,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're awoken to the fact of all the corruption.
Right.
And you just have to keep your liberal term.
Duffy, Fox News contributor, and Monique Presley, attorney and Democrat commentator. So thank you very much for being here, ladies. We want to dig into that roughly 45-minute Q&A that Hillary Clinton gave this week at that Women for Women International event. After listening to some of the things she said, many are wondering if she has maybe another political office run in her. Fair enough to say, Monique, is she isn't going away quietly.
Well, I don't think she has to go away at all. I'm hoping that anyone who has as much to contribute as the Secretary Clinton wouldn't just disappear because they lost an election. Those close to her say that she is not considering another run for political office, but I'm sure that, like anything else, could change. It's way too early to tell.
Rachel, by bringing up the FBI director's decision to disclose that information about the email investigation, she's still trying to give herself some cover there in that talk that she gave. Usually when a candidate loses, they seem to fade away a little, but that's not going to be the case here.
Yeah, I mean, the short answer to your original question to Monique is yes, she is trying to get a third shot at the presidency, and it's not going to work. I think people are on to her, and look, she lost for two reasons. One, the racial identity politics that the Democrat Party plays. There's a lot of people in the upper Midwest that don't like that. And the other reason is, and the most important reason, is they lost the trust of the working class, of the working poor. Again, those especially in the Rust Belt. When you have Hillary out there saying it's because of the FBI, it's because of the Russians, it's because of misogyny and all the people that hate women on the Republican Party. I mean, that doesn't tell those people, I'm so sorry we lost our way. We are going to change this. We're going to make you and your families a priority. This is a huge mistake on the...
It's all about her. It's always all about her.
Right.
Democrat Party if they allow her to co-opt the resistance movement, which actually, it's having a little bit of effect, but if they hand it over to an old guard like her, somebody who's learned nothing, somebody who, by the way, is the poster child of white privilege, well, I think it's a big mistake.
All right. Well, Monique, let me get your take on that talk that she gave, that Q&A that she had. Do you think that she has taken enough responsibility, bringing up the Comey situation? Some have called that an excuse for losing, but I hear that you see it differently.
Well, listen, I think that she said at top that she takes personal responsibility not just for her mistakes, but the mistakes of the campaign. I find interesting two things that Rachel said. First, that Hillary Clinton would be the poster child for white privilege when our president is a billionaire who has inherited much and then is seeing fit to do the same for his children. And then second, for racial identity politics to be the problem for the Rust Belt, I think what that really means is if the race is not white, if white people are not at the center of the discussion, then they have a problem with any other race driving the politics of the day.
Did you hear that? That's so racist. What you're saying is that all white, all people in the Midwest are white.
Right.
Because no black people live here, because we're in the Midwest, and obviously there's no black people here. There's no Hispanics here. Okay, seriously? This woman, she don't know what she's talking about.
But identity politics are what
because
has led to...
Go ahead,
I'm still talking. Okay. I think that what has led to the problem, when identity politics succeeds, women succeed, ethnics succeed, Caucasians succeed, the country succeeds. So for there to be an issue because now the playing ground is level is just not fair. That's just a trigger word, a buzzword that gets everybody upset about things that really are not the problem.
All right, Rachel, go ahead.
So two things. One, as a minority living in the upper Midwest, I'm very offended by the patronizing racial division that the Democrat Party is sowing. And no, it doesn't help anyone, this kind of division that they're sowing in our society. Two, yes, Donald Trump is a rich man, but he went into a primary where he had to fight his way among 17 people. He earned his way by winning that primary. Hillary Clinton used her wealth and her privilege to clear the field. And when the base of the Democrat Party said, no, we'll still take that crazy socialist over you. Then she got her powerful friends to cheat for her, to rig the system.
Exactly.
She and, by the way, her daughter are the poster children of white privilege, and she needs to go away if the Democrats want to turn the page on the elitism that I think caused them to lose the election.
I want to ask both of you the same question, and I'll start with you, Rachel, since you've been very vocal about how you feel about her political life. What do you think that she should be doing in her career right now?
Well, if she was honest about her global initiative being a charity, it would be nice to see her go back and do the, quote, charity work she claimed it was doing. It's interesting that now that she has all this free time, she's still working on advancing her own political power and wealth and agenda. It's always all about her.
Monique, and what about you? What do you think she should be doing right now during this time, now that she's come out and she gave this Q&A? What do you see in her future?
You just have to love when both the taxes personally and of that organization are free for us to look at. They still get air quotes for calling themselves a charity with millions around the world receiving
They
the
just
funds.
laid off 22 people.
She should do whatever it is she wants to do as a free will, talented, brilliant human being who is an American with much to contribute. I was with her and I still am.
All right, we got to leave it there.
Wow. Okay.
So some people are still in the delusional box.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine, because here's the thing, the thing about the identity politics is it's so divisive.
Right.
Because when, Trump came out, it was everybody. I mean, he was waving LGBT flags, right?
Right.
Black people, white people. He was bringing black people to the stage. He was bringing Hispanics. You got the immigrants for Trump, right? You got all these people. And you see Trump, and quite frankly, the Republican Party, for all of its flaws, is open to everybody. I mean, seriously, when we just take it on the surface. But when you go to the Women's March site, you can't be pro-life.
Right.
Some people were, the DNC chairman wants to make it like totally ban anybody from being pro-life, from even like being in the party.
Right, which is absurd.
Okay, there are pro-choice conservative Republicans,
right?
Libertarians.
There's a lot of them, actually.
It seems like in every for every one issue, there is like a group.
I think that our channel is kind of the epitome of what you're trying to say.
Right.
Because we have a lot of conservative-ish values that we portray here because they're based in the Bible on Resistance Chicks, and we have so many viewers that hold to those kind of moral-based values, and yet they do branch off into all these other different aspects, and they can still be inclusive. Somebody had left a comment, and forgive me for not remembering.
What if we came on here every day and said, we want to promote white people. We're all about promoting white. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It makes me sick to my
Right.
stomach to try to promote something like that. To promote color, it's so divisive. I can't stand the racial divisiveness that woman, just the evil that was coming out of her, the divisiveness,
Yeah.
the condensation.
Condescension.
The water on the outside.
Or
of the
condensation,
glass.
and she's getting very sweaty about this issue. And for FYI, when Leah interrupts me, I really don't care. She has a million things going on in her mind. I'll get back to my thought in a minute. It's okay. You don't have to leave it in the comments. We're sisters. We roll like that. All right. So anyway, somebody had left it in the comments because somebody had left a comment and they were saying something that seemed kind of questioning. Did you mean this? And the other person came back and was like, the channel's not like that. The comment section, everybody's really supportive, and the Resistance Chicks make it so that everybody can be supported. There's not a lot of fighting that goes on in our comments, and so my point was, we are, as a resistance, able to come together and have views from all different avenues, coming to a central station where we can peaceably and kindly discuss issues. And so I am so proud of our viewers for doing that. You guys are absolutely amazing. But what I'm finding, and I will separate from the progressives from the liberals, but what I find in the left camp, okay, the Democrats, they can't do that ever. They can never have a civil discussion where you can pull some opinions here and pull some opinions here.
Here's the thing. You guys don't question where we get our sources from. You don't say, oh, did you read an article from the Daily Caller, or did you read an article from Town Hall, or did you read an article from The Intercept, or where did you get your article from?
We do read articles from all different, we read it from Breitbart, we do read it from BBC, we read it from, you name it, from all over.
You don't say, oh, that was one of your sources, goodbye.
Right.
Because we look at information. Because I
Exactly.
realize that there are tons of reporters across the board at every news station. Probably not very many at CNN. However, I do go there for some things here and there. I mean, sometimes they have just a live feed, you know,
Right.
so it's great. But here's the thing, even the Clinton News Network will sometimes have a bit of information that I need to grab from.
Right.
Right? And so I don't write anybody off. Maybe Howard Stern.
Yeah, him for sure. Okay, you guys, so you get what we're trying to say. I love that she's trying to together, onward, marching, and all that stuff. She is trying to rebrand herself, but I agree that she's
It's
the
not
wrong
her.
person.
She has handlers.
But still, she is the wrong person to put at the figurehead of this movement. If you're gonna, if the left is gonna have any chutzpah, any gravity here, you don't want Hillary because she's just like a buoy. She just floats. All right, you guys, this is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications. Find us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We love you. God loves you. And God bless.
I was cold, all alone. No place for